motherboard BIOS. Type in BIOS up to date. Search for the latest. Please extract, download, link it to how to upload with these personal grading button. Please plug the USB drive.
Hello. The BIOS is the motherboard.
So why are you upgrading it?
Because,
That's what they recommended?
well, there was an issue and World Work or BattleNet sees a problem, so I can't dual box because of it. So
Okay.
it stops me. It like has a pop up, and it doesn't. It just messes everything up. So, and to upgrade it's not easy. You try to walk me through it, but it's not. You know, you thought I could do it with the external hard drive, but it's not working, and I don't understand it. The whole thing's all fucked up.
So what does that mean? That you have to bring it there?
Well, yeah, and then I asked, but they don't have any. They have a 4 p.m. Sunday. That's not gonna work. And then for next weekend they don't have it. They don't show it yet. So
4 p.m. Sunday. Well,
I'm not going to Tustin for 4 p.m. on Sunday.
yeah, that's.
It's a couple hours away.
What about during the week? I can drop it on Monday, for example.
No, that's a long ways away.
Okay.
That's not like an easy drive. It's Tustin, so.
I know what it is. Alright. Okay, hold on a sec. I'm gonna go.
Alright, love that.
Bye, honey.
Monster Harry, thank you very much. How you doing? Right on. My discount cord is down right now, so I have a little issue with the computer and it doesn't like my Discord. I'm sorry. But how are you doing today?
You know, guys, my wife treats me like a god. She pretends that I don't exist and disturbs me only when she needs something. You know, guys, 2024 to 2025.
Let's see what can I do. Let's go on. Holy moly. Why is it so freaking huge? Ta-da! Alright, so... That was such a pain. Travis goes MAGA. Can't sell it. This was a disaster. Polar Fangs raid went horribly wrong.
Grab your Drake Fire amulet. I see Geronimo going in the bank. I'm assuming he's checking. We are moving out. We are flying. Let's try and not die.
Come on, it's boring.
We've all done UBRS.
That's boring.
We're not you lying your heroes, so.
Should be good. Is this good here?
You're good, I screwed it up. Main death free command.
You don't have to be that far away. There you go. Alright, another one down. We're going to the next one. Back to back. I got Rage. Bronze Skull. Here we go.
Fuck it, I'm going. Fuck it, I'm going.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm deaf as
You want to know if you can go in?
Alright.
I lost threat. Dodge it.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I lost threat. No! I dodged it. I have it. I
Oh my
can go.
gosh, bro! Forcing.
Trash is dead.
Oh my god!
Alright.
Oh my god! There she is.
Everyone breathe.
Oh my god,
Everyone
this is
breathe.
it.
Let Tonka go first.
Oh shoot.
Do you want to maintain phase one? Yes, you do. Here's what we're gonna do. Everyone, Tyler is going to maintain phase
I
one.
want to see Tyler
He
die.
is going to pull the boss. Look at the picture I gave you, Tyler. Do you know where to tank her?
No.
All right. So if we're looking, we're facing her now. Back left. So in the back, slightly left. It's not the biggest deal. The main thing, she should be facing the wall behind her.
Okay, so
So you're back against that wall.
like left wall, left side, like the just left, right?
Right
Yeah,
at her
just
tail.
little left, right?
Yeah. Like it's not the biggest deal. Just have her facing the wall behind her. That's the biggest
Okay.
deal. Everyone else will stand on her sides. Okay.
Can I take 10 minutes?
Should I off the GFP?
it's not much of a point. You can. Everyone, you can go ahead and GFPP now. Everyone hit a GFPP, Greater Fire Protection Potion. Go ahead. There's no reason not to. It'll be off cooldown by the time you pull. So
This is a
and
master
last round.
liquor reminder soda, as well as do we have a spinner in right?
You don't need master loot for this.
I throw my sword.
No,
We
you
should
do
be
have it on.
using flasks
All right.
or something?
Wait, what's last?
So, don't worry.
Like flash
Shut up.
magnets.
Shut up. We're fine. We're not pulling in the next
Jesus.
10 seconds, okay? Everyone, we're gonna unboot, but not now. I will call for it right before we pull. All right.
Pull already.
First, I want to re-go over the mechanics, and two, I want Tyler to maybe explain. You're standing there, phase 3.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Air totem, which reduces threat for those who aren't tanking. Should we put this totem down?
yeah, it's a fucking loot. I didn't even know y'all had that. The hell? I didn't know that was in the
I
game.
also
Suck.
have-
Minus 20%.
Put a shield on. Zuck.
Sorry.
Okay. Wait, we're unbooting right now? Or after?
Sweat blood! Sweat blood! Shed tears! We've lost so many good members of the gift. At the end of the day, if any girls...
Everyone shush. Here we go. Shut up. Everyone start pumping.
Die, Tyler, die.
I'm watching my threat. Tyler, keep holding threat. He's at 100%. Everyone's good on threat. Everyone's good. Edge Masters will rock your threat. Look at Tyler's threat. Edge Master, you're at 90%.
Well,
Kill some whelps. Watch your threat. You're okay. Whelps don't hurt very much. Keep doing it.
Maintain.
Ready? Here comes stage 2. Everyone start blasting cooldowns. Recklessness, Death Wish.
No.
Blast it. Blast it. Blast it. Big parses here. I'm going on big parses. As much as you can. Keep damaging it. Keep damaging it. Alright, if you get fireballed, it's gonna fuck your threat. We'll see you next time. We'll see. That's fine.
Where are we going?
Kill the whelps. Kill the whelps. Just stand around. Stand around. Let's go all the way over here. She's not breathing. She's doing random fireball. Stage 3. She's gonna land very soon. Keep pumping ranged. Range on bottom. Spread up. Spread out. Everyone spread. Everyone spread. Should have said that. Don't stand on the cracks yet. Actually, it doesn't matter yet. Keep pumping. Get her out of phase 2. There's no breath still. Watch for the fireballs. Spread out. Umpy down is top at threat at the moment. It's gone. Ozzy, you're top of threat. Heyo, you're top of threat. Keep pumping. Get her out of phase 2. Ranged.
I'm trying. I'm fucking pumping. I'm spiritual.
Keep doing damage. Keep doing damage. Lakari, you're top threat. That's good. It's fine. Yeah, folks. Do whatever. I don't care. Yeah.
Die.
Blast people. Get her out of phase 2.
Crap, I got targeted, guys.
It's okay.
You got this.
Stormfall, can you innovate both?
Let's get some innervates out. Drink mana pots. You have dark runes. Your mana should be
Got it.
fine.
Pressing on mana gem.
Holy fuck, she is still in phase 2. When the hell does she
Why
land?
is she not bending?
Yeah, this is the weirdest thing. I don't know. Keep pumping.
Behind us?
Kill the whelps. Keep pumping here.
Oh god.
We got people up.
Is she bot?
Keep blasting. Keep blasting. Keep blasting.
There's no
We
whelps,
gotta
no
stay
whelps.
behind.
I've got
He
aggro.
doesn't kind of like,
I've got aggro.
Use health stones and bandages. Help your healers.
She's coming down.
Stage
She's
3.
coming.
She's landing. Poke is top of threat.
Okay.
Whoever it's on, I don't know. There's rules. Tremors down. Tremors down. It's on Nim. Poke. It's on Poke. Poke. Clip. Poke. Lit. Poke. Lit. Poke. Lit. Get it off Poke. Poke. Face it to the wall. Stay
Shit,
there.
I'm dead.
It's fine. Keep going. Keep going. It's on Nim. It's on Nim. Try to get threat. Warriors. Try to climb. Poke. Face the wall.
Alright.
Don't stand in front. Don't stand behind. Oak has threat still. He'll poke. There's wall. There's wall. Poke is down. Keep
Die.
here. It's on Poke.
Yes, one dead. Poke's dead. So another one's dead. They lost 2. Kill the whelps. Anybody else gonna die?
God fuck. Oh my god. Everyone, reboot.
Where's my sword?
Reboot. Harry, you can't reboot when you fucked up.
No.
That was the weirdest Onyxia I've ever done. I don't know. I never know.
Why did you stay up? What was that?
Right?
Suffix should die!
Once in my whole life. I don't care. Have fun.
Not savage.
Kill your own fire. Have a great time. I love y'all.
Savage, Repeat.
I'm
GG's.
sorry, Bob. How soon?
That was a weird Onyxia. I'm sorry, guys. That threat was weird. Healers, start mana potting earlier. That way it's off CD. You can squeeze in more. Start dark rooting earlier.
I was auto attacking the whole time. I was auto attacking the whole time. I didn't do any damage because I didn't want to fly roll.
Yep. So 2 healers are down.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna do my sword thing.
Can you click your sword?
We love you, savage.
Are we gonna bring in 2 more healers?
Can we look at the healing done
Yes,
before
we are.
before my death?
Oh.
Holy Pope is carrying.
Oh, we got next go too. Pope punched a 99 for healing.
Yep.
Yes, you did.
Alright, everyone. So, loot-wise,
Damn.
Blue sevens. We got trash. I'll be honest. The loot here is garbage. We got no weapons. But we got a pretty good helmet here for me and Tyler. So Tyler, and there's a Storm Rage cover. This goes straight to Fandy, I think, because Resto. No.
What the fuck is
Didn't even
this?
drop. And a Nixie high backpack. All right,
Okay, who gets
everyone.
that?
Let's
I got
see.
skin her, right?
Yeah, we have to dish out loot. So, Storm Rage cover. This goes straight to Fandy. She's the only Wrestler Druid in the raid. Barrels don't use it, so I'm just going to send it to her.
Easy.
Yep.
Grass. Huge.
Congrats, Fandy.
Damn.
Helm of Wrath will be being counted as effective. The Saffron Drake. This is a DPS cloak. Caster DPS. You may roll.
No!
Damn.
We're gonna have to replace these 2 healers, by the way, so I don't know who the fuck we're bringing in. We lost a shaman. We gotta get a shaman in. Bean can come in.
Yes, Bean's right here.
Yep, Bean can come in.
For B?
There it is. Okay. Alright, the highest roll I'm looking at might be Glutton at 79. What are these garbage rolls? Glutton with a 79. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Grabs Glutton. This is a caster cape.
Yeah, shout out these legs and upgrade Dire Wing.
Did you tie it?
They give 15 agility, which is like 1% crit. They get more armor and more
It's a
stamina.
caster cape, Grubby. Oh yeah.
Nice. I'm using a bad way.
No, you don't think so? Yeah.
No, I'm just I'm using a bad roll.
Either you can war chief anything you want. However, I was under the impression, or I went in, everything you and I both need, we roll for you and me.
Alright, we can roll. That's fine.
All right, you and me, we are rolling on this helmet. Go
Out of
ahead.
100?
Out of 100.
Come on, hot.
Yeah, I. Yeah.
I thought it was a
Wait,
winner.
slash roll what? What are you doing? Slash roll.
Take my right now my hands are shaking. I have so much fucking solid roll! Solid roll!
Yes, that thing is
Oh, wait,
sick.
I didn't see roll.
Congrats.
Yeah, you lost. You won.
Let's go, Tyler!
Fantastic. Look at that. One more thing. Every time you kill Onyxia, she drops her head. This is how the Onyxia buff goes out. Is you turn in this quest, you can only do it once per character. This helmet, or this turn-in, gives very good tank necklace. Tyler, you and I are going to roll for it right now.
Okay.
Go ahead, roll. You don't want anyway? That goes to me.
What was that?
Let's make sure that we skin this fast enough. Did we let it
Wait, we
respawn
have
last
1
time?
hour and food.
Wait, let's take a picture real quick.
It's a 1 hour. It's long within 10 minutes, by the way.
Can we take a picture next to Mudlips?
Hold on, everyone roll for the backpack. Quick. Slash roll for the backpack. It's an 18 slot bag. Everyone should roll.
97
Down, I see 97
I want
for me.
69 that win.
It does not. We didn't establish that.
97 from Miz.
Going once. Going twice. Miz kick. Congrats on the Inixia scale. Get the screenshot. Get the screenshot.
Everybody face. The
He's
inside.
its first kill.
Tyler, face
Get
the front.
Savix in the screenshot, guys.
We must get Savage in the
We need a bit.
He's gone.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
He's dead.
Hurry up. Get these other skeletons over there.
Let him get his words in.
We gotta hurry. We gotta hurry. We gotta hurry.
Troglodyte towards there.
We gotta go.
Please, Blizzard.
Geronimo, skin it now. Get the fucking back the skins. We need those.
Please, Blizzard, just this once, offer a resurrection to our fallen heroes.
Skin it.
You put his effort.
Force skins. Good. All right. We're gonna go ahead and remove Mudvix from the raid. F's in the chat. Poke to us.
Good work, guys.
Sorry, guys. I should have
All
banned
the
it.
seasons. Those are
There's
the
a corner in the
first
back.
bets in raid from OnlyFans. Take the port to Orgrimmar.
Guys, Rav, the first one-armed rogue ever in a hardcore raid. I just think of Grubby's reaction to one arm. Someone in Grubby's chat goes, Rav only has one arm, and he goes like, oh, I'm so sorry. He thought like, yeah. Guys, it's in-game roleplay, alright? Let's check it out.
Attention gamers. Previously on this season of Only Drama, I rolled a self-found one-armed rogue in hardcore WoW because I enjoy pain and have no regard for my time. I participated in organized Ozerodian racism on my journey to 60 while attempting deadly things on a one-life character to prove to a bunch of sweat-ridden Reddit randies that I can play a 20-year-old game designed for casuals good. I crossed paths with various other webcam entertainment specialists and I completed my journey to 60 in one try on arguably the hardest class in the game, one that many haired gelled-up gamers could only dream of surviving on. As I completed my journey by slaying an NPC cosplaying as Fiend so that I could hold his femur as my crippled offhand to provide me with the OG plot armor that would be needed for the challenges ahead. In terms of level, I was now the oldest I would ever be, which meant a few things. First, it turns out that hitting 60 in hardcore not once or twice but 3 times earned me a cordial invite to Gingy's $25,000 rooftop guide to passive income, aka the Creator Plunderstorm Tournament, aka the event that Papa Soda was forced to hate watch.
Who the fuck decided to not sponsor me to play this Plunderstorm tournament?
And while most people don't realize that if pink-haired mini muggins of his size would cost an arm and a leg to sponsor, Blizzard could offer me 6 jizzed on crackers and I would say sign me up. I'll even throw a Raid Shadow Legends mention in, so here we were. The only thing is on one end you have the multi-year rank 1 dual gladiator highly synergistic AWC AG1 champions. And then on the other end you have a multi-year silver hard stuff League of Legends lactose intolerant player who had to watch the tutorial before the event, so here was my contribution.
How is he on fire?
Turns out I just had to think.
I mean, bro, here's the thing. If you don't play any game and you go into it, like, you're gonna get smoked. Like, if I right now played duos with Peekaboo, say, like, I was playing bottom lane with, I'm ADC, Peekaboo's obviously my support, you know, like in basically any game we play, and he could, like, support me up, like, we would probably get absolutely smoked, because we don't know how to play League, right? So, like, it's just practice, is all it comes down to.
Base my blind trust in my guildies to succeed.
Ravis here, Ravis here. Okay, I'm dragging him.
Should we let him live?
No! Kill him!
Okay, fine, dude. I'm sorry, bro.
No truces! We're gonna kill him, man. It is what it is.
I'm sorry, man. He's gonna not be happy about that. Yeah, he hates you forever now.
So ignoring the fact that the only 2 teams I beat were either titty streamers or Roblox players, I was more concerned with getting invited to a different event.
just gonna throw out names. Are we gonna bring Rav?
Of course, we're bringing Rav. We can. I'm totally down to bring Rav. He's playing Rogue. Tyler doesn't know Rav.
I don't know who Rav is.
Rav was basically our big YouTuber that we had from last OnlyFans. His story hasn't been as popular this OnlyFans around.
Not as popular until I dropped my take on the pirate software situation 2 weeks after it had already been beaten into the ground for all the losers that just can't possibly shove enough drama dick in their mouths at once.
Look at it. Yeah, he did good. Add to the fucking list.
So there you have it. I was officially the DEI hire at this year's raid on account of having a kid. But this meant I would have to experience the Horde's version of the only attunement, which I assumed is about as fun as crab walking naked through North Korea with a GoPro strapped to your head, as I would take the Alliance version over it any day of the week. But with limited time to get attuned, this meant I would be giving new meaning to one-armed rogue gameplay. But to summarize this giant torture simulator of a question...
Bro, Rav sent me that on Discord like a week ago, and he said that like he's doing one-arm gaming. I was like, what do you mean by that? And he sent me the video, and I was like, oh, you butchered the video, man. Oh.
And you have to get 10 butt buddies into the Spires and Black Lockup in addition to the head of Hitch main round. Then you book a Southwest flight to dehydrated Jizz Grill to get your fit steps in looking for some washed-up huntard who says, great, but I have a weird fetish for eyeballs, so now you have to get 10 more people together and go straight back to that same Spire and sit in there for hours praying that people actually live their moms so that you can get these before you die of old age. Then just sit on flight paths for an eternity until you are living in a year where identifying as dragons is a thing now. Here you will be told to travel to every edge of the globe doing random Drake stuff, but on more of a Kendrick episode. Find the Hearthstone card again in the zone that sends Lizard Death turned the color saturation down to depression levels in, and now you get the privilege of finding 10 more people to do the same goddamn dungeon that you've down 35 times already. At this point, I couldn't find another group, mainly because...
His story hasn't been as popular this OnlyFans around.
So I took a break to wish for every living soul on the planet, hoping to shortcut my way through the...
I just gotta say, I've been loving the one-arm rogue story. I love last year's Rav story. I'm loving this year's story. All right, like I don't know, algorithm, YouTube, this and that. Okay, it's been good, Rav. Okay.
The other bullshit attunement I needed, which long story short revealed that I have no clue how instance IDs actually work in this game. At this point, I was defeated, stuck on diaper duty, and down in the dumps until I saw a whisper from singer-songwriter after wide receiver and White Boy Sardacco. The clear-cut winner of this year's surprise Secret Life Award that no one had on their bingo card, as all that's left is an OnlyFans alias of him getting pegged in 2021. As sketchy as that sounds, but he graciously let me strap onto his group where all I had to do was play one more round of Where's Waldo, and 8 hours later I was attuned, which meant there was just one last thing left to do.
This is the moment we've all been waiting so long for. Sweat blood, sweat blood, shed tears. We've lost so many good members of the guild. We've been through ups and downs all together. We've come so close as a family for one moment. Are you
Turns out Phase 1 was a snooze fest, and even though I was tryharding to get Phase 2 over with, it bugged out, and that's when shit hit the fan.
Don't stand in front, don't stand behind. Go past Pretzel.
Is that why Savage ended up dying? That's
But I'm being told that even then, the saddest thing about that fight was my performance.
What is this, 8%? Why does it say 8% or like nil? Raph has one arm. Oh, really? Oh, sorry about that. Actually,
Now starters, since I was disabled and did next to no previous farming, my strategy to parse was slightly out of the box.
Well, you change your name to minor details just for the first boss.
And while the first game of Cash went well, we met our first hit,
Oh shit! Ooh, Ampy goes down.
which turned out to be Ampy's way of flexing that he knows how to lava jump without taking damage, but it turns out there was actual real danger ahead.
Alright, remember that one clip where we saw the entire raid wipe because they got imps and a surger? Here we are.
Perfect game. Nice job, guys. Nice call.
And now that everyone was fully covered, it was time for the first boss. Which was a joke, but surely the next boss would be harder.
Yeah, easy clap.
That was a joke as well. It's almost like bosses are easier than trash points.
Sure nothing happens. If it does, I'll AoE taunt. Oh,
My WoW dad face pulled, and based off of his facial expressions, it looks like he went from playful popsicle to panic real fast.
taunting. Actually didn't see it.
Oh my god. It's a good one. It's fine. It's fine. It's ancient hysteria. It's all fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's ancient despair. Doesn't matter. That was super scary. So we got a Surger, a Corehound, and Imps in one pull, and no one died. That was actually probably the best pull of the entire raid. I forgot about that.
But hey, at least we didn't have another close call 2 minutes later.
Precaution taunting. Holy shit. You're good. You all know. What the fuck? It's on Miz.
It was at this point where I was realizing that I had been put in the remedial melee group without Wind Fury, and if I didn't want to be known for this,
What is this?
Get him.
I would have to bribe the people in positions of power. Which worked until 1 minute later I was moved back, but we found an agreeable solution. That said, I wasn't ready for the responsibility that came with the power that came from Wind Fury.
Watch yourself, you fucking idiot. That crap. It's dodging. It's dodging. It's okay. Pull it away. Holy fuck.
The next boss, I got a debuff that made me slower than an instant Twitch viewer, and turns out listening to the strategy beforehand would have been a good idea. But we killed the Geodude arsonist, and this dagger was now up for grabs to the highest roller. Then after 2 decades of 40 streamers trying to talk over each other in Discord, we were back in the Florida mold and ready to pull the boss that a single person can wipe the whole raid, which in hardcore means you do not want to be the person that gets the debuff.
Please let me get it. Please.
I'm standing right fucking here. I got a shield on. Watch strength. All right. It's covering edge. Okay, stand a little. Rat corner now. Living bomb on rat. Appreciate it if you can.
Bro, what is this add-on here? Is this Deadly Boss mods or like one of those? Is it a weak order? Deadly Boss mods. Alright. When I'm raid leading next week, maybe I should download Deadly Boss mods. That seems really helpful for raid leading. Because normally, as a DPS player, I've never played with it. You just kind of sit in the back, you kind of slam your DPS, you cross bolt, you might think about doing a Sunder or not, and you know, you get some loot. And you top the meters and you go home. But with your raid leading, I feel like I kind of need this. You know what I mean? I feel like there's no way I'm gonna be too overwhelmed. Like it'll call out who the bomb is on, right? I should probably get it. Maybe. I'll think about it.
Nice. Big appreciates. Run away. Everyone out.
You can snowball to avoid fall damage, so I don't think Papa Soda's evaluation of that fight was fair.
I cannot pick a worse setup of people to have gotten living bomb.
But hey, wasn't the first time you graded my performance incorrectly.
65%. And I feel like I was lenient too, way more lenient on Rav than anyone else.
And even though things were going smoother than a lubed up Absalom, our luck was about to change.
Oh my god, Fanny's dead. Oh,
I tried to pay my respects to the loss of one of our best healers, but some untard was standing on her corpse, and if you ask me.
That is fucked up.
But hey, I say tomato, you say potato, but it turns out that wasn't our last day. I will find a way to avenge this one dad. Anyways, it was now our turn to deal with the World Health Organization, and I wanted to be first in line to tell their boss.
Dude, that death still hurts. That death still hurts, man. Oh my gosh. What I am a little curious about is why did Ampy not have Ice Block or Cold Snap? Neither one. Because obviously he would have just blocked if it was available. I wonder what he used them on. He just used it? What was he using it on? He misclicked Cold Snap? That's what I'm saying. If he didn't, like, I was like, what? Like, as a mage in a raid, you should pretty much always have your Ice Block available for when something like this happens, you just press block. But it's on cooldown, and then the backup, Cold Snap, is also on cooldown. Both of them are on cooldown. Oh, wait, did it... Is this a lick?
Hey, I say tomato, you say potato, but it turns out that wasn't our last death.
Is this a lip off cooldown? Yo! I mean, okay, so obviously the Ice Block and the Cold Snap sucks. I didn't know there was a lip off cooldown. At all. I didn't even see that. Obviously, yeah, obviously the taunts were the correct call here. Obviously the taunts are like number one, right? Like it shouldn't even be on Ampy in the first place. But I'm just saying.
I will find a way to avenge this one dad. Anyways, it was now our turn to deal with the World Health Organization, and I wanted to be first in line to tell their boss that red meat was not the problem, but turns out he just let his employees die in front of him, which was a bit of poetic karma because later his own boss told him unless we meet again, my favorite lava lamp.
Bro, T1's heart rate is in the 80s here? On Rag? That's pretty impressive. Hardcore Rag first timer? That is actually pretty impressive. I guarantee my heart rate was over 100. That's wild. GG. Sucks people died. I hope no one dies this week, man. I really hope no one dies this week, but see what happens. He missed the Yang Roach pop? Oh yeah, true. If AP lived, it would have pulled the next rep person. I mean, yeah, fair enough, but still. Same thing with Ice Block. Right? Like if AP Ice Blocks, it's gonna hit someone else. I mean, so yeah, at the end of the day, you still need taunt. Raid is on Friday. Yeah, the raid is gonna be, the draft will be on Thursday, then there'll be a raid on the 7th and a raid on the 8th, from what I know. Oh, I was thinking about this. Next Friday is Valentine's Day. Are we raiding on Valentine's Day? I don't know. Someone special's featured in the new Hardcore Moments? Oh no. Okay, alright. Hardcore Moments, 135, 22 hours still. This is our shoot right here. Dang it, man. Alright, you know what? Let's watch it. What's going on?
Full dot street. Let's get it. And here we go, the spam.
Anybody healed?
Boom.
What happened?
Where are you?
Why didn't nobody heal?
Where are you? Yeah, what happened on the death?
He got conflagged and I didn't even see it. I don't even think the healers thought you were conflagged there.
Yeah, it's the only conflag that I've seen in death log.
Straight up conflagged, yeah. I got one shield. That was it.
My only excuse for not calling it more was my weak aura was covering one frame on my party frame, and it was X-Saint's health bar. My weak aura was covering the Shaman's health bar. That's my only excuse. I saw that he got hit, but I'm like, oh, they've got him. I didn't know he was very low because my weak aura was covering it. And you might ask, why is your weak aura covering it? Well, in 5-man parties, it doesn't cover anything. In raids, I moved my frames to the left side of my screen. This was like basically, I think, my first 10-man or my second 10-man. And I just didn't notice it was covering the darn 10th party member. So I didn't see anything because my weak aura was covering it. So I didn't even know until like he died. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, and the healers, yeah, obviously. I would start running now. Get out. You are not killing all that. No way. Oh no, this is not a look. Okay, that's an overkill. Oh! Wait, hold up. What is this? What is this, bro? That's not what you want to see. What is this? That's the worst thing you ever. That's a nightmare, man. That's like you wake up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat. You just got like 4 Fireguard destroyers around you. What? Those mobs guard the exit when you pull Anger Forge, and then they just leave after, huh? What? I never knew that. Alright, well, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Holy crap. Just kill Anger Forge. Time to lock in. Oh no. Oh, they are all bad, aren't they? Feign death, bro. Just feign death. Good call. Good call. So, I mean, you can't do anything else. Just don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Everyone, Timmy, it's hard, right? Yeah. Oh! Timmy. The ropes in combat, by the way. You're in combat, by the way. You are not safe. They're gonna smack me. Yeah. You're in combat. You're on the phone doing this quest. Brother. Like, you're on the phone doing this quest. Alright, I mean, it must have been important. It must have been more important than, yeah, this is a hard quest. He puts the phone down. He puts the phone down. What does he say? I gotta go. Oh no. Hello there. What do you mean by that? Ezra, okay. This is hard. Ezra's hard. A lot of mobs. We gotta lock in. Mage has to carry this hard. That's it. Because this portal hangs up instantly. I'm free. You die and say I'm free first thing. Oh my gosh.
Fucking idiot.
Okay, that's all mobs.
Why am I stuck? I'm stuck in the wall. I'll keep him shit. I'm stuck in the wall.
Leave group and
Help me.
Probably just penetrating. Tony, stuff.
I have to leave.
Yeah. Leave group penetrate, yeah. Have to.
I'm stuck in the wall. You guys have to kill these mobs or I'm dead.
We got
Are you running?
this.
No. Fight it.
Find it, don't run. Okay, nice. Bring survival. Alright.
I think we're good, right?
Cool. SPC Hive. Congrats. Congratulations. Need. Yep.
A few moments later.
No.
Few moments later. Kill him.
Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. Okay, we gotta jump, we gotta leave group. I would jump in the lava downstairs, honestly. Jump in the lava. Yeah, jump down. Jump in the lava and then hurry up. Oh, not here. Oh, God. That's hilarious. The 58 priest we just watched die is on the death log. I think he's still
It's not
dead.
getting better either.
Yeah, I think he's still dead.
There's like minor victories to be had here.
I mean, you have pot in 8 seconds. Bro. He has pot now, yeah. Oh my gosh, he actually does it.
Oh my goodness.
Big Text TV. Well done. Wow. I think most people probably would have died there.
Oh my goodness. We live.
Yeah.
We're good now. We're fine. My heart went up. Did I bet you the amount of damage this thing mitigated? At some point, probably saved my life. Like no bullshit.
There we go. Okay, how do I run out of here? There's a ledge over here, I think. So, dude, so this guy is getting baited by Twitch chat. As per usual, Twitch chat has no idea what they're talking about. Jumping off a ledge. I wish I could. Don't listen to Twitch chat. They're clueless. Stop listening to them. Don't jump. Don't jump. Don't jump. Don't jump. Don't listen to Twitch chat. They have no idea what they're doing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just pulled. I'm inside. That is, wow. Okay, first things first, he jumps, instantly hops in the D-cord and calms up with his team, then he pulled inside. Wow, really well played. That's good. That's really good. Most people probably would just stay muted and not say anything for a while. Okay, team's coming in to save him. Let's see it. Jumped in the wrong spot, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pretty well played. I should be fine. They're just non-elite. They actually hit really hard. They hit really hard.
You got Brian, bro.
No. If I would pop wow, retap. Holy crap. My guy clutched up. Okay, that's good. Really well played. I'm retelling.
Definitely help bot. Definitely help
Okay, I'm health botting. I'm actually screwed. Amazing. Wow, the awareness. Holy crap. So he knew he couldn't go left because the mob would pull. He knew he couldn't go behind him or front. So he target dummies and then goes out the right side to gain extra distance. Holy crap. This is really well played.
Come to the entrance hall and choke you.
I'm super dead. I'm freaking out. I'm choking.
Go D stance.
He thinks he's choking, but even in the most intense moment possible, he's still doing like almost all of the right calls here. This is really well played.
Go D stance. We're trying to come to you, just kite backwards and hamstring up on horns.
Oh my god, crap. I would say 99.99999% of people die there. Holy crap. This guy clutched. Holy frick, dude. Wow.
Yo, you owe me a stomach potion, brother.
Wow, okay. Impressive gameplay. Alright, let's keep moving. Cool. A lot of elite ogres. Yeah, he just takes the hands off. You vanish! You vanish! Oh, they have a rule where if one dies, they all die. Okay. Alright. Okay. He did not roach out on his team. This guy's name is going to Max, so I don't think he does. Well, that's a lot of songs, though. Is this Genji on another character, or what? I think this is Genji. Retail.
Oh, no way, dude.
That's tough. That's tough. Okay. Yeah, that quest is actually pretty annoying. I almost died there too. Just watch the Teramis. Oh no, not the boat. Oh no. Two whores. Okay, we got Data's Anthem Let's fight it. Let's fight it. Okay, now we're gonna run. Okay, let's run then. Either fight or run. Oh no. No. Just keep moving. Keep moving. We're paying death double resist. Oh my. Health pot, health pot, health pot, health pot. Oh, health pot, just health pot. Health pot, health, please health pot, health pot. It's on the bottom right. Swifty, nice. Health pot, just yeah, health. If you want health pots. No, he's fine. He's fine. Come on. No, Taramis doesn't just come and snipe him, does he? No. Taramis. No way. No.
Thank you for watching. And until next time.
What is that? Brother! That's a triple resist! And they just, oh my gosh. Wow. Well, we go again! Hi. Bro, I thought Taramis was just gonna come swooping over and just clap him. Not gonna lie. Dude, that was the best hardcore moments I've seen in a minute. I love that one. That final clip where he like stops the music and then it's just unless it's so golden. Barbarian dies.
Pump him.
No. Parry.
Nah!
Parry.
Oh, lucky crit.
Does he really die to this?
Nah.
Oh my god! Bro, how many parries was that? The mob is at 3 life. Alright, right here the mob is at 3 life. Barbarian has 41.
Lucky crit. Nah.
Dodge. Parry. That is so rough. Like, that could happen to anyone. That's so rough. Oh my gosh. Does he have hamstring at level 6? I guess not. Hamstring's level 8, huh? Or like 10 even? 8 or 10? I was gonna say you could just pop a hammy, but he doesn't have that. I think at the end he spammed a few rens too. Look at his 3 keybind. Okay, maybe not.
Nah.
Oh yeah, he does. He does 1 ren right there at parries. He even tries to ren and that even gets parried. Unbelievable. That's wild. What's this? Ads? Wait, what are these dragon spawns? We never got those on Onyxia. Oh, they didn't clear the trash. Oh my gosh. They never cleared the trash? Dude, are they just gonna wipe? I mean, this is gonna be rough.
Someone left totems? Guys, don't go in front of her right now. Build her ass. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh. That's 2 dead?
Holy shit.
Bro, if they actually recover it, it's pretty impressive.
Someone left their totems, I think. No way.
They actually killed both and only 2 people died. That's actually pretty impressive. I thought this was going to be really bloody. It's actually not bad.
No way.
Wow, crest. Like mid Onyxia hardcore to as we're pulled from a totem, I guess they were cleared pre-pull, and they actually handle it with 2 deaths. That could have been really bloody. That could have been like the ads come in, they one-shot everyone, and like the whole raid dies. That really could have been like terrible. Our guild cleared max on Skull Rush Alliance, that's why. Oh, okay, so like the guild is locked in. Okay, that makes sense. Guild 100% died. If that was a worse guild, that could have been like if that was our only things you're on, what would have happened, Shaq? Like imagine Mizkif is leading this raid in 2
Less than 3.
Yeah, that could have been G. That could have been like we're all back in Brill. Every one of us. Alright, we have the Ravnu video where Force going to dude, 292 upvotes on the Reddit. Pika's secret. Oh, that's so good, bro. Oh, that's so good. And just pop a quick Sunday or 2, man. That's it. Alright, that's it. That's it. What is this?
Good. Some eye candy we can look at, or what's going on here?
Huh?
Let's get beat off the screen. Does anyone have some eye candy we can look at, or
Oh, Pika wants eye candy and pulls up my screen? That's disturbing. Why does Bean have his shirt off? Why is Sardako teaching people how to Dougie? Why is Peekaboo eyeing my channel? I don't, dude, what is going on in all of these clips? Did I see Pika's Makara? I've seen some of it off stream. I haven't watched it on stream yet. He's leveling a priest. His name is Peekaboo Roach. He's level 23. Farashami comes up with a Duel to the Death. Let's play the clip and see what happens.
Bro, this guy wants to duel me to the death? Are you serious? Should I kill this guy right now?
His gear doesn't look that good. 21 Shaman. Pika's getting ready for it. Inspect, full cranes, green staff, okay. Accept.
Oh, 3 to 1 in chat right now, let's fucking go, let's do it, let's do it.
This is why I feel like I never want to Makara someone who is not self-bound. Come on! Who does this? Like, brother, you're sniping a screamer with bad gear and then you gear swap to Fiery. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Like, dude, when I Makara people, I usually make sure they're self-bound if they have the buff. Because the buff means you can't trade. If you can't trade, you can't get Fiery till max level. Right? So, I just made that a rule. Only Makara self-bound people or else this can happen. Having said that, I have Makara on self-founders if I trust them. If I really know who they are and trust them and it's like they really want to throw down, it's like, alright, I've done that too. But random people non-self-bound, that is sus. Anyways, play clip. There's a Tremor Totem, so you can't fear. He gets double toss up and starts wanding with the shield. It's good. Purge is coming through. Just completely purged out. Shaman's doing a lot of damage. I say Pika's ahead here. Just getting purged on every single buff. That's crazy. Going for the flashes. A new Tremor. Pika gets the flash. Probably kills the Tremor and then fears. Kills the Tremor. Full fear. Nice. Pika's pretty low on mana, but he's kiting it out. Oh, Pika probably doesn't know about drink ticking.
Drink it?
Server ticks. Yeah, okay. He gets 1 tick in anyway. It's pretty good. Shadow Pain. Wand. It's kiting it out. I mean, this is close duel. Okay, the net is good. The net is really good here. Oh, there's a net on the net. Oh, yeah, the wand value.
Cranking him.
Oh, yeah.
Cranking him right now.
Dude, you know it's a good priest by the amount of wands you use. Bad priests, what they do is they just themselves. Good priests keep their mana high and only wand. Like, that's like the biggest difference between a newbie priest and a good priest. A newbie priest makes themselves out of mana, they spam Mind Blast, Holy Fire, Smite, and they're and they die. Good priests save all their mana to heal, and then maybe Shadow Word Pain, and then they only kill with wand. It's like #1 priest differential here. nice. Good fear. Gets the dots up. Mind Blast, since he's low.
Right.
Oh, that Blizzard, what?
Crushing him right now.
Okay. Yeah, he's crushing. Pika's doing great here. Another wand comes through. Another wand comes through. Another wand comes through. Another wand comes through.
Show myself?
Shield's gonna get purged, right? He purged it. Shadow Arcane. Pop, pop. Yeah, send a pot. Nice.
Pot crit, pot crit.
Over. It's over.
Health warning.
It's over.
Look at this absolute sweat. This guy tried to snipe me. Look at his item. Fiery dagger switched his whole set of gear, and he logs on in shame, ladies and gentlemen. Bro really thought he could cheese me. Give me some W's, man. Sheesh. Middle of the train taking souls, man.
Bro, that is actually so insane. This man comes up, snipes Pika, has fiery, and still takes the L. Insta log out. Like, brother, don't do that, man. That's wild. That is wild. I've got to say, Pika played it pretty nice, man. The wands, the kites, the beers, the totem kills, the drinks. Dial. Absolute dial. Tyler says PvP is easy. This is him dueling another mage. Let's see it. 3, 2, 1. Polymorph. Okay. Do we even have counterspell this level? I guess not.
This guy's auction house this.
Is he actually?
Yeah, he's got magician's mantle and black velvet robes.
So we're gonna need to freaking reset here.
Enchants. He's this.
He went into Madarami.
Yeah, that's what I was freaking out about. They actually got League for it. I don't know why I thought that, but they also had to be League or just to be something for duel.
How did Brick my bird break it?
35 chocolates, well played. Oh my gosh.
And he's got red.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god, 35 chocolates, well played. It hits him with that on the L. The thing about WoW PvP is it's almost just like a, how do I say this? It's like a check. It's a knowledge check. It's a knowledge check. Do you know how the matchup plays out or not kind of a deal? There's no amount of like, oh, I can just outplay this and get a win kind of a deal. It's more like, do you know what to do or not? And I feel like in this situation, the knowledge isn't there because, you know, Tonka Mage isn't dual mage before. The knowledge is just, there's just a gap of knowledge. Okay? He said he could climb to Pika's rank in PvP on retail yesterday. Bro, I watched that SFK. I mean, Tyler did say it would take him a while. How long do you guys think it would take Tyler 1 to get rank 1 in WoW? 3 years? 20 years? Infinity? Never? 50 years? Pika said never. I think he could do it with Tyler's mindset of, like, grinding with League, with chess, with hardcore, but I think it would take many, many, many years. I think it would be 3 years, like, absolute bare minimum, probably higher. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. Max 1 year, because he would take care from all the rank 1 players. The thing is, you can't carry someone to rank 1 if they're not doing anything. Like, in Arena, if you have a teammate who's just clueless, like, you will not be able to carry them to rank 1 unless they're at least, like, a gladiator level player. Like, if Sea-Doo and Mez took in Tyler 1, or like Sea-Doo and Shirley, or whatever, like 2 really good players, took in Tyler 1, you can't carry until Tyler is, like, good at, like, until you're, like, until he's, like, a gladiator level player, then you can maybe carry him to rank 1. But you can't just carry someone straight out to rank 1. Yo, Mocha, thanks for the prime, dude. It's good. But he would get all the tips and info so he would learn faster. That is true, yeah. That is true. The opposite's also true, right? If Peekaboo was going to go play League, Pika would get all the tips and tricks and play with good players and, like, learn a lot quicker, too. It's accelerated in either direction. Quinn almost got rank 1 with Snuts. The difference is Quinn has played a copious amount of WoW. I've played PvP with Quinn, too. Quinn's a gamer. Like, he's played a lot of WoW. 3K IO is much easier. You can get carried in M+. I mean, M+ is 5 players instead of 3. and you're against PvE mobs, so yeah, I guess so maybe. Infamous Roach, murderer claims another.
Should I save him?
Wait, he's not gonna save him?
Oh no! I can't heal him! What the fuck?
Oh wait, that is. Oh, you can't shield out.
Whoa! It wouldn't let me heal you!
Dude, you can't shield out of a group, huh, in Classic? Yeah. Bro tries to shield him last second. He doesn't even know. Oh my god. When I first started playing Classic 3s, I didn't know that either. That actually took me by surprise, to be honest. That's our raid leader, yeah. You can heal, but the shield is party members only. Oh no. Dang. I think in Giga's Mighty, he was gonna let him get to like 1%, save him with a shield, and it would have been funny content, right? But he ended up just letting him die.
Heal you! Did you see that? I actually was spamming the button! What just happened?
Oh my god.
You can't shield non-party members?
Yeah, it's only party members.
You're kidding me. Bro, that is the worst Classic WoW.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. Guys, Pika has res on his bars. It's actually hilarious. I was watching his stream last night. Someone died in front of him, and he cast the res on him, but obviously they can't accept the res. And he just goes like, I got you. Res is up and nothing happened. It's actually golden. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Tyler almost dies while AoE grinding. I want to see this. Let's see the AoE grinding. Okay. 3 mobs. He kills 3 mobs. 4. Nova. Blink. He misses one in the back, but it's not like that bad. Okay, we're coming in. Yeah, he missed the one in the back, so obviously it's gonna take a second there. Alright, more blizzards coming through. Nova probably, yeah, that's good. Okay, he blinks again, he's going low on mana. Okay, this is fine. Oh, does he miss one again? Okay, no, he's got him. Oh, one goes around. Yeah, this looks good. Oh, okay, you're low mana. Oh, Fire Blast. Fireball, not to move here. We're on a wand. Oh no. Wand. You're getting smoked. Oh gosh. Okay. Wand. What? Dude. Okay. Oh my, there's a bear. Oh, there's a. Oh, he has no pot either. He nets the bear. Oh, he's screwed. Wait, how does he not die here? How does he not die here? Oh! Look how locked in he is. Oh, there it is. There's the dopamine from living. That's why hardcore is fun right there. Holy crap.
Yeah, baby!
Tyler 1 gives huge grunts and Belverman energy.
Bro, Tyler should have been dead there. 4 green mobs? Like, that is wild. He barely... Oh, no, you know, they actually are yellow mobs. Bro, we gotta unkeybind Fireball from Tyler's bars, honestly. We gotta, like, Fire Blast very rarely. We gotta keybind that wand. Just wand for days. Alright, when you're we want a cock. We don't have cock yet. Arcane Explosion could have been used. Nova, wand, cock, blizzard, dial. Alright. We're in there. People gets baited to marker, I always saw it. Use your target dummies. What's this? Okay, there's a lot of mobs. Oh no. Okay, yeah, do we have definitely target dummy then. Might as well target dummy. Because honestly, man, I know how he like when I jumped down in Ubers the other day, like my mind went blank. I think that's what happened to this guy. His mind just completely blanked out, couldn't think of anything, and died. Pika needs meds.
Bro pulls out fiery weapon and chants some other nonsense, this and that, switches gear. Worked him like a job. 20 sells some bulky as well, huh?
That's a clown. The guy needs medicated so bad. It's great. He can't do it. The guy needs medicated.
Oh my god, give me some W's in the chat. Ears tipped. Oh,
Health warning.
Yo, die things about tier 1, that's good, man. Oh my gosh. Same shirt as Zara, it happens, man. It happens. Chat, we survived Molten Core. Barely, but we did it. I still don't know what really happened. I haven't looked at any footage. I am fresh off the Molten Core high. Yesterday, Touchgrass didn't even look at the internet. Didn't open the computer. Haven't looked at a single clip. I have no idea why I almost died on Ragnaros. We're gonna dissect absolutely everything. There's no way it's my job to sunder. What are we talking about? 2 sunder. Chat, I did 2 sunders on purpose. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about. No clue what we're talking about. Plus, yeah, there was a warrior in the group that had less sunders than I did, apparently. So that's all I know. Okay, Pika, worst player in the raid. Guys, go easy on Peekaboo. All right, go easy on him. It's like, yes, he has no idea what he's doing. Yes, he's never played Classic before. Yes, he has no idea, what buttons to press to maximize his DPS rotation. Yes, he didn't press a single Sunder Armor all day long. Yes, he almost got all of us killed on multiple different occasions. Yes, he is absolutely clueless. Yes, his awareness is trash in Classic WoW because he doesn't know what he's doing because he's used to retail. Yes, his gear and item prioritization was completely all off. That yes, his rotation was messed up, but guys, you gotta go easy on him. He's a new Classic player. Relax. All right, we gotta accept the new. We gotta accept that they're newbies, and we gotta coach them and help them out. That's all we can do. It's like if someone's new to the gym and you're making fun of them because they don't know what they're doing. It's like, bro, shame on you. Help them out, okay? Yes, Peekaboo's clueless. Help them out. All right? Stop talking crap. Zaryu the Bow Warrior? Bro, I am literally gonna go back into the VOD and listen to Soda Poppin say explicitly that no melee are going in on Shasra. I'm the only one that listened to instructions here, chat. Yo, thank you, man. Hold up. Yo, can we just can we have some real talk for just a second? Just real talk for 1 second. I was under the impression that Sunder Armors did a lot of threat. Is that a correct statement to say? I was under the impression that Sunder Armors holds a lot of threat. Is that true? Yes, true. Okay. I was under the impression that on hardcore, like charging and pressing Sunder immediately is maybe not a great idea, and that you might not want to do that. That was my impression. All troll aside. That is. Wait. Okay. You guys are saying yes. Okay. So what's going on? All right. So we're all on the same page then. That makes sense. All right. We're all on the same page then. W. How was my DPS? I was the #1 Samurai DPS in the entire raid. I was the #1 Samurai DPS in the entire world. Chat. They're splitting you apart for the raid with Pika. It's bogus. Wait, what? I can't play with my boy? What's going on? Guys, okay, call me out for being an idiot here. Please call me out for being an idiot. But I think, am I stupid here? Okay, why are we doing 2 raids? In our first raid, 6 people died. We can get, this week if we do 1 raid, we can get 6 new people in. Say we have another 3, 4, 5, 6 deaths. We have people quit. Content? Okay, let me finish. If we want to make it to BWL, we need enough people to survive until BWL. You have 192 60s in the guild? Okay. I mean, so we have a lot of people. I guess my thought process is there's so many people dying and so many people quitting that we want to preserve the amount of 60s so we can actually get to BWL. But if there's literally 260s, I guess 2 raids is still better. I guess that is still better. Viewers want a full wipe or we're not happy, brother. Guys, don't tell anyone else I said this, but between you and me, there was basically a
I guess people finally figured out the casinos are a scam. I bet they're full.
We're splitting into 2 ways. You guys realize we need dowsers, we need mods, we need strats, we need group compositions, we need so many shamans, we need people. What is the percentage chance? I mean,
Just said you would take Saturday raid so you can have Friday raid.
okay, I mean, that could work. Real talk, I was telling my wife that we get the schedule back to normal, and I'm hoping I do raid on a Friday this week, because if I raid Saturday again, my wife is going to kill me. So we'll see what happens. I would definitely rather raid Friday. Who's going Friday? Is it Miz or Tyler?
You're supposed to, but
Oh, Miz is Friday?
you might as well.
Tyler's going Friday? Oh, that's better. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. So you get drafted by I have to go on Friday. Lionheart, Crusader, almost
You like that one? I'll
this.
see one of the other colors.
This character is
They've
probably
got
my
so
favorite
many
character I've ever done. I really don't want to throw my character away to the rating of Miz pick. Hold on. Theoretically, what if I just plan to hearth out any, I keep my hearth off cooldown next week on multi-core. And if the boss isn't going well, I just hearth. Bench myself until the week after. I could make up an excuse. I could say that I can't go because of certain IRL things, and I could just let it ride out for a week or two, let a bunch of people die, let better leadership come in. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like.
He's been staring at that menu for half an hour.
Miz Kick is leading the raid and Tyler won for the raid. And here, let me say, bro. Like, I like T1. I've been talking to him. Like, he's a chill dude. But is T1 gonna know how to raid lead Molten Core? The thing about Tyler is he's a tryhard. Like, Tyler is a try-hard. I feel like Tyler is gonna do his research. In a weird way, I feel safer in Tyler's group than Miz. You know what I mean? Miz, I feel like wants people to die. Miz, I feel like doesn't care. Tyler is gonna try his best at anything he does. He's gonna play so slow, so safe. He's gonna pull one mob at a time. Miz doesn't. I feel like Miz doesn't care about anything. He's just like, yo, we're pulling. Oh, who pulled that? Oh, that's on you then. Like, I don't know. 25th DPS doesn't get a choice of raid. Guys, can someone? Okay, hold up. Twitch.tv/live. Going to my. Does anyone have this clip of Soda explaining the strat of Charles Run? This is just getting on. This is getting completely out of hand. Hold on. Does anyone have the clip of Soda explaining? Guys, you can't say number 25. I'm the one that listened to the strat here. Hold up. No? Alright. Or Chad. I won't tell him. We're gonna have 3 duels. The way this boss style works, create random enemy constantly. So we're gonna have 3 set groups. When he teleports to group A, we're gonna have Zach in that group. He's going to then turn the boss and drag him to the middle. Does that make sense? If he goes in group B, that's 10. You will take off the boss and you will go to the middle. The first tank that was in the middle and the boss teleported away from you, you will replace that tank. I don't know what group he's teleporting to, but we gotta get 3 groups set up. Let's split up the teams now. We'll split into 3 groups. This final group on Star, on Tyler. Am I wrong? Does he never say this? I swear I remember him saying this. Am I wrong here, Jack? Tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like he told me say this. Miz, you're gonna target him, and you're gonna drag him to our house, and then I will replace you over in this group. Yeah, and then he teleports and vice versa. Is that Thanksgiving? You're not really ever going in. You open up. And then he teleports and vice versa. Is that Thanksgiving? That's it. Instead of playing this slow. Melee, you're not really ever going in. We have 1. conflicts on the UFC first record. We have one player in the group that listened to the instructions, chat. We have one player in the group that didn't grief. He's listening? Okay.
I need you to, Matt, when you can, to watch your health. If your health goes low, get the fuck out.
Wait,
You can help pot, keep in mind your health.
This is how I get in my lifted track and
Well, okay, he says you can
no,
deny your
it's
health,
not
but
from the top. Let's get my truck because I can't reach the handle. I have a lower handle down there that allows
this
it
is a
to
slow and steady
more
fight.
movement
Range
inside, and yes,
here.
it's still
Melee
locked.
stay out, but
And
you
then
can
once
go
the door
in if
is
you want.
open, we
What do
have
you
to
decide
move
for
over to
fun
the
of
bottom
this?
of the door so that I can just grab myself,
This
lift
boss is
myself up,
contact.
and get into drive. This is how I get in my lifted truck.
You don't need a second job. You just need to learn these AI tools. Disappear for 1 month to become the most dangerous person in the room. First, stop scrolling. Second, take a 1-minute quiz. Third, spend 15 minutes a day learning new skills. And the last, become a master of AI tools. In 1 week, you'll feel unstoppable. In 2 weeks, you'll have your strategy. In 4 weeks, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. You in? Try now. You don't need a second job. You just need to learn these AI tools. Disappear for 1 month to become the most dangerous person in the room. First, stop scrolling.
But we're gonna start. There are some healers in each group, so you should have healers within range. Healers do the best you can. Thinking the other strategy, yes, healers who stay in this group try to like, it's so you're always in range. The other strategy is to run this boss and stay in health spots and health stones and meet a DPS check and stones. I don't. Oh, sorry, that's
Oh, my headphone's broken here, chat. The other strat is to zug the boss, go in and just kill him, but he doesn't trust us for it, so we're doing the strat where we stay out, range carries, and we go slow and steady. I listen.
So we're doing this. So we're doing the new strat. That's what we do. It's the new. Let me give us a ready check for each other.
It's the noob strat, and that's what we are.
Dana White is
Like
that
us for this,
celebrities
but
are
that's
just
what we're
smarter
doing.
than
I
us.
listen to my war chief. Okay, well, Tyler wants that. I listen to Alcor's X chat. There we go. Alright, are we good? We did the noob strat. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I think that's the proof of the pudding. We went back to the VOD. We got the direct strategy from Alcor's himself. And we followed it. Boom.
When your mouth is shut and you're just alone by yourself, what's happening in your brain?
Uncomfortable because I think it's safer to hug your boss. And I'm like, why are we doing this? Our people could literally go in and kill him. But I'm listening to instructions even though I don't think it's the best for the group. I don't like the strat and I still listen, chat, because you know what? A bunch of people following the wrong strategy is better than a bunch of people that are not under direction of one leader. And I trust Alcor's with my life. So even though I don't like the strat, I stayed out for the good of the team.
Everyone's ready. Oh, my punches are off CD. Remember, you can reapply your
17 chat, boys. 17 chat.
Just try and get your group split. I'm gonna pull in 15.
Love you guys.
Big dispels needed here. Lots of healing, lots of range damage. Alright, here we go.
This is it, chat. This is it.
I'm pulling him back. Pulling him back. He's gonna start arcane explosioning a little bit here. Remember, you have absorb, so you don't feel the damage yet. Alright, get in your groups.
Wait, Pika's in there.
D-curses. Heavy D-curses need to go out here.
Wait, Pika's in there? Dude, like, I'm calling him out right away, because I'm like, bro, someone didn't listen to instructions. He's literally in there. Like, someone is muted, saying, like, yo, thank you so much for the 100 gifted subs, let's go! Like, someone's muted, not even listening to the instructions. You have one person who's listening to the calls here. I don't know what's going on, man. This is crazy. We have one person.
What? No, I don't fucking know.
Am I trolling or is Pika trolling? And then I think, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait, am I the one trolling here? Because I'm like, wait, why are melees in there? He said explicitly that we're not doing this. So I'm like, We're in there on the first Zug call from our leader. We're locked in to instructions, chat. We're listening to the call outs. We're not doing crazy things by ourselves, not trying to brief the raid. We're listening to the strategies, even though we disagree with them. We're listening to the call outs, and we go in when instructed. Boom. We send in one execute. And instantly kill us.
Tanaka, we're good.
Dude,
We're good.
are you kidding me?
Easy. Nice. Love it. The
I
same
mean,
straight.
they didn't even do the thing.
You did a port, but it was, yeah, it was nothing.
Bro. Yeah.
Lost the joke, but I was scared.
Yeah. Guys, after rewatching the VOD, I think we all know what happened. We listened to instructions. Alright. That was good.
Alright.
Yep. I don't mind anything that happened there. That was perfect. El Goblino mining. Bro, I feel like I'm the only one who's calling this out here.
Blood Rage early, don't pull threat.
Bro.
Go ahead, Lakari. They're a little... Okay, block. There we go. Everyone get to your mobs.
Zika.
Oh, God. Get your mobs. Get your mobs.
We good?
Yeah, we're okay. We're all a little...
Brother. On the pole, we're pre-porting and mining. Like, dude, this needs to be covered on ZNN. This is what we need to cover. This is crazy. Wow. I can't believe it. It was? Okay, thank goodness. Let me guess, he decided that he was innocent? He did cover it? Did he decide that he was 100% innocent? Yeah, he did? Okay. ZNN awards best tank to Mary, maybe? Mary actually did a pretty good job tanking, I'm not gonna lie. That's funny. MVP tank. Toad, that's hilarious, bro. Honestly, dude, you tanked the Nixie for like many hits. KO MVP distract. Alright, what's this?
If the boss pulls here, we got nice distract. Thank God.
Wait, the distract resisted. Good work. He's so proud of himself.
MVP KO.
Nice work. KO, if you're listening to this, great job. Really good distract. You saved us all from dying a terrible and miserable death, okay? There we go. The kid resisted. One of them resisted. Something resisted. Joker on the Sunder Armor situation. Oh my gosh, what is this?
Hey, guys, hey. Alright, let's see.
No way!
No way!
Are you kidding me? Annie Fuchsia only has 2 Sunder Armors? In the entire raid? What is she doing? What? Annie Fuchsia only sundered twice! Oh my gosh! I am absolutely blaming Annie for this. Are you kidding me? That's wild. Wow. That's big news. Yeah, no, Samurai's a different class, guys. It's different. Samurai had his lower Sunder Pro. I was talking about the Warriors. Jimmy, Ozzy, Gravity, Annie, Gunner, Mary. Obviously, like, tanks have more, right? Some of the DPS have a little less. This is all fine. But Annie, 2.
Zarya did 2 effective Sunders the entire raid. And Pika did 0. Annie did 2.
Annie! Pika, what are they doing?
Nah, bro.
Dude, guys, let me explain something, right? So, if you're doing less than 50, that's bad. Let me explain. Like, so, like, if you could make a tier list for this, 100 is A or S tier. Of course, Soda and Tyler have more because they're tank, right? Mary, terrible. By the way, 76 is bad. Mary should be at 150, for example, right? Sarnak was the only play. Alright, hey, guys, hey. Alright, let's see.
Guys. 2 Sunders as a Samurai isn't that bad, but if we're gonna do all troll aside, no troll, 100% serious, if you guys want me to defend myself here, the thought process is that Yeah, is that you don't want to over-sunder, guys. With too many warriors in the group, the worst thing you can do is over-sunder. That's it. That's the last we're going to talk about it. You do not want to over-sunder in a raid. It's the worst thing you could ever do. And it's not something I wanted to risk in a hardcore, molten core group. Okay? Yeah, so Annie, Peekaboo, and I all came together and decided that we are going to do a service to the group, specifically not over-sunder each target, and by doing so help our raid team survive longer. And as you can see, it worked out for the most part. And yeah, I'm a two-handed samurai and I have less rage, so that means I didn't have extra rage to waste on things that were not necessary, like over-sundering.
That's so does talking.
Stop trying to... Bars gets it. There we go. Let's see. Quick 5 sunders. If each one of you does 1, we get to 5 instantly.
Pika guarantees 0 sunders there. Guarantees 0 sunders there from Pika.
Did he press sunder?
No. I want to see some sunders from the Warriors.
Not my job.
Stop trying. There we go. Let's see. Quick 5 sunders.
I'm not sunder.
Each one of you does 1, we get to 5.
I am not sunder.
I love it, bro. He just says it. I'm not sunder. Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh man. You know what? I've got to say it. Normally, Peekaboo is in the wrong. Normally, he's clueless. Normally, he doesn't know what he's doing. Normally, he's pressing all the wrong buttons. Normally, he's last on DPS. Normally, he's griefing the group. Normally, he's screwing up every mechanic. Normally, he's taking L's. Normally, he's just clueless. But I have to say, with the Sunder Armor incident, I'll go on record saying I support not over-sundering. I support Peekaboo in this situation. And I think the non-sunder was just fine here. There it is. The best clip from yesterday.
I want to see some sunders from the Warriors.
Okay, we just saw that. That's super good. What would you wish Zaryu does the next 4 weeks on regular stream? Now that the Samurai's able to raid, I personally don't think that watching him Monday to Friday grind more BIS items is as enjoyable as leveling up has been to me. If I could, I would suggest to Zaryu to do another leveling challenge. Maybe a class that has not been touched. The hidden benefit is if Samurai ties in his weekly raid, the next character's right on the corner. Alright, guys, I will be doing an alt, but listen up. I want to enjoy some level 60 game. I just hit 60. I haven't even started my pre-bis grind, really. I want to farm at 60. I want to enjoy the samurai. I want to do some dungeons. I want to do some professions. I want to help out the guild. I would like to do some Ubers, loopers, collabs, dungeons, Scholar strats, DMs. I haven't played it all. I want to play the same. I really haven't been able to yet. I hit 60, popped in the molten core, and now here we are today. So yeah, I'm gonna play the samurai at 60 for probably I don't know how long, but probably at least a week. Read the comments on that post. Personally, I'd love to see him farm 3 bits for a week or 2. Now that he can actually interact with the guild, the dungeon runs of does Pika have an alt? Still waiting for the destruction warlock alt. Press. Just kidding. Okay. All we ever obviously kidding. Oh my god. All we ever get to watch him on HCS level, the leveling's nice, but I'm kind of looking forward to this grind for the next week or 2. Okay, yeah. So everyone basically says what I just said. Breathe. Okay, what's this?
Whoever it's on.
They should have called Fireball. Turn it off. It's on me.
Who's saying breathe? I don't remember hearing that in the call. Alondo? I don't know who that is. Someone hate watching. Alondo. Okay, so this guy is hate watching and wants Onyxia to breathe and kill the third raid. Nice.
Breathe! It's on me. Opeth threat still. Whoever it's on.
This guy just wants us to die so bad. I mean, here's the reality. That's probably the majority of people watching. The majority of people watching probably wanted everyone to die here. Everyone probably wants people to die, except the people in the raid. People in the raid want everyone to live.
Don't give it to Coyote. Yamato, you're in a really bad spot for talking shit to me. Because Yamato, you're it's okay, but it's okay, so shit. Alright, nice one. It is what it is, my friend. Dude, Mark, look at Yamato. Don't give it to Coyote. Yamato, you're in a really...
Alright, let's put some context on this. KO has been playing Classic WoW exclusively for the last 20 years. Yamato started playing a month ago. What are we talking about here? Like, dude, yes. Hey, KO, you are a better rogue than Yamato. You crush it. Well done. Alright, any other clips, chat?
Come on, fire!
Bro, what? That's the hate watching. That's the level of hate watching we got on Saturday. That's wild. That is a whole other level of hate watching. Oh my gosh. That is wild, bro. I want to go... I want your guys' help to dissect this before we get into it. I was thinking about this all weekend long, and I want to see from your guys' perspective what I can learn from almost on into Rad. Okay, when did I get tapped? Probably around here. Okay, I just want to learn from this. Okay, so look, my threat is 87%. So at this point, is my threat just too high? 87%, it's 96. Should I have just 96 here, 87 here? Should I have just stopped attacking? Yes. Okay. So what percent of threat is just too high? Like, if it gets to 96, that's obviously too high. So 80-ish, and you just stop attacking altogether. So basically, my biggest problem in the raid is that I did too much damage. Okay, I'll learn from this. And cool it next time. Let's keep watching. So I hit 80. So Rag slaps me hard. Rag slaps me hard because I'm just pumping way too hard. We're number 4 on the meters, doing 450 DPS. We're number 1 warrior in the entire raid, number 1 samurai in the entire world. We almost get 1D. We have the debuff. I instantly see it and I'm just like, dude, I'm running away. I try to bandage, but I have the wrong bandages on my keyboard. Oh my gosh, I almost got smoked there. Okay, so now I'm down to 75% threat, 74. Melee out, this is fine. I tried my right bandages, and now we're at 32% threat. Okay, so now for the rest of this we're chilling. Now, Gunner is at 100% threat. What happened to Gunner? Was it a taunt resist? But he popped Wreck and Death Wish? Shut up. Wait, he actually just popped everything? Okay, so that's just Gunner being an idiot then, right? Like, you just don't do that. Because number 1 threat is Gunner, number 2 is Buzu, where are the tank threat? Where's the tank threat here? So Gunner dies, and then Tonka has threat, and then Alcors has threat, and then Annie has it. So Annie has 100% threat. And then Annie gets 1 shot. So I'm just like, what the heck's going on? Annie had Death Wish up too? Oh, really? Did she have Wreck or Death Wish and Wreck? I feel like Death Wish is maybe fine, but Wreck, obviously, a little scary. But, oh, she had both up? Well... Oh no, people say only Death Wish. I feel like only Death Wish isn't that bad. Okay, so what I learned from this let me know if I'm understanding this correctly. What I learned from this is on rag, go in and out when it's being called, which by the way is Miz really gonna call this next week? Okay, let's not think about next week. Anyway, go in and out when someone calls it, but keep my eyes glued to this threat percentage here, and if this goes above like 75 or 80, just stop attacking. Is that what we learned? That's it. Because I didn't realize I did anything wrong here. I'm gonna watch this one more time. I'm at 43, 94. So right there at 94, I should have pressed escape, but I didn't. I got another crit and I pulled aggro. I backed up so Rag couldn't attack me, which I think is what I should do, and I stopped attacking for like 3 or 4 seconds. Dude, it's just hard, because look at this. I'm sitting at 100 rage, and I'm like not even using anything. I'm just auto-attacking. I got a crit, and then it's just like, boom, you spike and threat. It's because the tanks have fire resist gear. Is there anything else I can learn from this, guys, besides if I'm at 80% threat or higher to just press escape sooner? Is there anything else I need to learn from this? I just want the takeaway so I don't die next time. That's just literally it. Thunder Armor, yeah, we already talked about why it wasn't good with Thunder Armor. Is there anything else, though? Don't look at percentages, the values are way better. I'm trying to find... Okay, so right here at 95% threat, I'm like, right... You pull at plus 716, so 716 is like not much. 70, 60, 70, 70, 90. So I should have stopped there. Oh, I do. Oh man, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is I feel like the percentage is like I'm at like 30, 40, 30, 40, 95. Like there's no like, oh, stop at 80. It's like from like 30 to 90. I got a Wind Fury proc with a crit. It's like 30 to 90. So, what the heck am I supposed to do? Just be more locked into like the percentage right there, and as soon as it's 90, boom, insta escape until it drops a bit. Welcome to Horde, lit. Tanks need more gear. Use the weak aura. I have the weak aura, but it's so high in the sky. Sunder is huge threat generation. Don't do it. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. My notes. So, Sunder equals high generations. Okay, I got that down. Is there any other help from the chat? Pika threat meter?
Can you go back in? Fine, do damage.
Oh, Pika sees the threat meter by looking in the lava. That's actually genius!
It's on Tyler. Heal Tyler. Heal Tyler.
Nice, it's hitting me.
It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. I'm trying to get threat. Watch your threat. It's on Tyler. Heal Tyler. Big heals on Tyler. Can you go back in?
So this was my issue. Normally I look at that little number and I try to stay under. But like I couldn't see it because Rag is so tall. So I have 3 threat meters. I have Tiny Threat, the Weak Aura, and then Modern Threat Plate or whatever. Modern Target Frame. I have 3 different ones. That's wild. Good thing we didn't Sunder. Imagine how many people would have died if we Sundered with the extra threat gen. Almost raid wipe. Alright, let's watch this clip again.
Once you kill them matters. They have one purpose, and that's it. Everything else I want you guys to see.
Drop down here.
Yeah, strap down. Everyone drop. Follow star. Wait, we only have 3 mages.
Good, cover good, Mario. Yep.
Did Sarnako do this on purpose? Bro, Sarnako was the first one to jump here. I almost died. Zedge almost died. Wait, you guys think he actually did? Because our whole raid almost gets nuked here.
Good, cover good, Mario. Yep.
Why does Sarnako always do this? Every time people are like yelling, like, what's going on? What happened? Why are we dying? Sarnako always has the same response. He just sits there and goes. It just starts to smirk.
There's lava. What happened?
There's lava on that shrimp.
Oh, nice.
So the order in which you kill them matters.
He looks clueless. does say drop down here.
Yeah, strap down. Everyone drop. Follow start. Wait, we only have 3 mages. We're coming in now again. Yep.
Bro, Jimmy goes to 700. I go to 700. Like, Zedge goes to 200. Dendy goes.
Oh my god. What happened?
There's lava on that jump.
Oh, nice. Oh my god, that was actually weirdly enough the sketchiest part of like the whole raid. He blames Soda for saying follow star. True, okay. Yamato roaching rag.
Taunting it. That is so bad. Wrath of Ragnos happening out. Out.
Oh,
Keep going. Keep going here.
That's wild, the double.
Steady. Oop, fronting. Black Samurai took a hit. Watch your threat. Heal Black Samurai. He's got a knock. Heal through it. Melee out.
Careful.
Dude, you're mad at me.
You can go back in. 5 to damage. It's on Tyler. Heal Tyler. Heal Tyler. I'm on it. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. Trying to get cracked. Taunting it.
I mean, bro, in his defense, he has no idea how to get back, bro. He just gets knocked. He's like, I'm not gonna swim through the lava. Does he just end up watching it? I gotta see this. Does he just end up watching the whole fight? Like, what happens from here?
Heal Tyler. It's on out course.
Oh no, he goes back in. He goes
It's
back
on
in.
me.
Is he sprinting?
It's on me. Trying to get cracked. Watch your threat. It's on Tyler. Heal Tyler. Head heals on Tyler. It's on out course.
Alright, never know.
Melee out, please.
Dude, he's getting punted, bro.
Keep doing damage. Just stop.
He's getting punted, bro.
Keep doing damage. Keep doing damage. You're on phase 2. Until you're muted. Taunting it. Finish him. He's last. There's. No. 100%.
Do it! Let's
W. Alright, that is hilarious, bro. He just gets smoked. He just gets punted over and over. I didn't get punted an entire time the whole fight, by the way. Yo, chat, this isn't gonna be a dumb question, but I've only done this fight as a range. What happens if you stay in his melee? What happens if you stay in the fight as melee? Oh, so basically it's a threat shot. So we get out every threat shot, is that what's going on? So that way he has no one in range to hit. Knocked and maybe you get melee. No, he knocks. Oh, so I never got knocked because I never stayed in? Is that what happened? The tank gets knocked. I see. So it's a melee knock. And if he knocks the tank, there's no one that's close enough to hit besides the other DPS. So no one knows what they're talking about. I think that seems correct. Yes, that seems correct. What happens if no one tanks Rack? He casts a pyro at range. Okay, so that's why a tank always needs to stay in. And does he only knock one person at a time? That's why there's 2 tanks. So if there's 2 tanks, the melee group gets out. Theoretically, one gets knocked. The other one is the only other one there. So the other one presses taunt and has the second threat hopefully, and then takes a couple hits. The other tank comes back in, picks it back up, and everything's fine.
That's all. For the roach portal and here.
Holy shit.
But how low does he get here? It's actually hard to tell, because this is after a heal comes in. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. 3%. Dude, that would have been so bad if he just died there. That would have been really bad. Canute healing? flip happened, and Alcorz is at 3%, Bean is AFK, and Canute is healing instead of Bean. Are you kidding me? Bro, imagine Soda actually dies. Imagine Soda actually dies and then later finds out that Bean was completely AFK. Yo guys, has Canute ever played WoW? Like, does Canute know what he's doing? Well, it doesn't matter because it's other people's keybinds. Barely, no. I mean, it's other people's keybinds anyway. So he, like, no matter what, oh my gosh, that could have been bad. Elite Hate Watcher, what's this?
Oh,
Dude, oh my god, I only died like 3 times, bro.
You got knocked. It's okay. Just find her.
Oh, it's Mercer! Yes! Come on! How are they taking this? Blind is getting fucked! Blind's getting fucked!
I didn't even realize I was watching a Tyler clip. I didn't even see Tyler that much. I thought I was watching a Quiz clip, and then Tyler started talking. I'm like, where the heck is Tyler at? Oh no, Tyler's here and here. Oh, I don't even know. Man, that's crazy. I mean, I guess it's good to know everyone that wasn't in the raid was just wanting all of us to die. I didn't realize this till after.
You saw people get top number 1 top damage overall for the entire raid? Oh, you mean right below me? Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, second place champion, huh?
Yeah, I saw that.
Cruiser
Yeah, I saw
Woodland.
that.
Legend.
It's pretty good, you know. Number 2, just like the Plumber tournament. You saw
He does it to him, I didn't even see these logs. Yo, Sarg, what's good, bro? Are you busy?
Yo, I'm outside right now, walking to get some food.
Oh, W, where we going?
Yeah, I'm getting Mediterranean right now. I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Alright, nice. A little chicken shawarma, some Greek salad, what's going on?
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna get a nice kebab.
Ooh, okay. Alright, enjoy. Yo, I just wanted to just quickly, there's a lot of people in my Twitch chat right now accusing you of murder. There's a smile that kind of comes out right when everyone's dying to the love on the jump. I just wanted to just call you and see, you know, kind of your perspective on what happened here.
Yeah, I saw that too. It was a little sus. To be honest, I had no idea that when you drop down right there over the lava, I mean, well, first off, I would never drop down over that lava. People followed Soda instead of me. And then I was kind of just like in shock that like people were almost dying. I thought it was fall damage at first. I really didn't understand what was going on. But yeah, I do agree. It made me look a little sus that I smiled like that. I mean, I don't know why I do that, but when people start yelling and it's like, you know when people start yelling in a raid and it's like chaotic, it makes me laugh. Because it's like when stuff is hitting the fan, you're not supposed to panic like that. And it just kind of makes me smile because, you know, when I raid lead, I'm like trying to be super cool when stuff hits the fan. I try to like smell everybody out and like just make a clear call. But like when people panic, it just makes me kind of laugh. I don't know why.
Interesting. So it's like everyone kind of deals with situations differently. Like maybe they cope for, you know, sadness differently, and they get through things differently. For you, when there's a lot of like chaos, you tend to smile.
Yeah, well, dude, it's the same. I got called out for the same thing when Ozzy died in Southern Temple because he was screaming and I was sitting there laughing.
I remember you were smiling and laughing, and now it's happening again. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on from your perspective, right? I'm not trying to rush to any crazy conclusions here. You know, I'm not trying to say that you completely griefed the entire raid and got everyone killed. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, what went through your head in this moment here to make you smile. That kind of makes sense.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it made me look really bad because I told everybody to drop down, but I dropped down on the right side, and then Soda said everybody follow B, and he just randomly drops down over the middle, over the furnace thing, and everyone follows him, and then now everyone blames me, but Soda's really the one at fault here, and
So it's
I don't
Soda's
understand
fault.
what's going on. Yeah, I mean, watch it back. I say everybody follow me, drop down right here, and then Soda says, okay, everybody follow Star, and then he leads the raid to their death. And
Dude,
so
I swear I jump exactly behind you. But I took damage and you didn't. It's so weird.
Really?
Hold on, I can go to my VOD and see, but I swear, like, I was following you, because, like, the thing is, bro, I don't want to say this on stream, but I've never raided as a warrior before, so I was just kind of following you the whole raid. I knew you wouldn't die, so I was just staying right next to you, man, the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, we made it through, luckily.
Yeah, I was trying to dissect some of these clips, because I had a couple close calls. I do not want that happening again next week. Sorry, what percentage chance do you think we have to survive with Mizkif leading or Tyler leading?
Oh my gosh, the chances are so low with both. I don't know if there's a good option here. I'm actually worried.
I feel the same as you. I feel like actually kind of worried here. So
I pulled Agros with Soda on Ragnaros, basically just auto attack. So it's not looking good. I don't know. What's the thing? I mean, I might be sick.
I was looking at the threat meters back, and I was at like 30%, 40%. Boom! I shot to 97. I got a Wind Fury crit, and I went from like 30% aggro to like 90 something. And I pulled aggro almost at one shot. So like, I don't know. It's just scary, man.
That's scary. Did you see what I did? I almost mid-fight. I almost ran to the other side of Rag and just started tanking because I was pulling aggro with auto attacking. I had to swap D-stands, put my shield on shield wall, pop health pot and health stone. I almost died, and the rest of the fight, I basically just did nothing because I was so scared of pulling aggro. I mean, Peekaboo beat me on damage. That's how much I was just doing nothing.
That's pretty bad. Wow. Alright, man. Well, enjoy the Mediterranean, bro. If you want to game up later, I'll be on all day. I gotta get those damn boots. So.
Oh, well, that's the plan today. Get the boots. Anything else?
Boots, HOJ, and then after that, I think that cloak and strat up on the rare spawn. Soap not healing Mary. I've seen this clip. Let's dissect this a little bit.
In here. All right, I'm gonna slash full 10.
Okay. Honestly,
Geronimo, you're pulling the boss.
Okay.
my nerves
Alright,
were far worse for
Everyone pick up your knobs and shit.
She said her nerves are far worse for Ani.
Okay. It resisted my time. Oh, I got it. Low damage. Low damage here.
I don't know where Mary is. I don't know where she is. I don't know where she is. I don't know where she is. I don't know where Mary is. I don't know where she's supposed to be standing. I need like a marker on her. I'm freaking out. Where is she? Is she over here? Bro, I'm so scared. Oh my god. I didn't know where she was.
Too close. There we go.
Is this fine? Am I standing? Oh my god. I'm so scared.
Okay. Pika is highest on threat.
Alright, to be fair, okay, this is a pretty bad clip. This is pretty bad. But to be fair, I have healed in hardcore before. I leveled to 60 on a priest, and I healed like BRD in some dungeons and stuff. It is so scary to heal hardcore off. It is just so scary because you have life bars ping-ponging, and it's literally your job to make sure they don't ping-pong to zero. And it is absolutely scary. I'm trying to figure out how to say this without being mean here. We gotta lock in to see where the tanks are at so we can heal them. I hope we walk away from this as a learning experience for the range perimeters so we know into the next one that we can position ourselves in better so that we can heal everyone in the raid. CD on Soap not locking in.
Okay. So Soap is supposed to heal Mary, I guess. And let me tell you something right now, guys, okay? As a professional gamer, I want you to know when I'm in this position right here, I want you to know that absolutely nothing is going to go well. Okay? Bad things are going to happen when you're in this position. Everybody knows when shit's going down, you gotta sit up straight.
Okay, that's funny. That's actually funny. That is actually so true. Because sometimes I will kind of be gaming like this. Like CDU's just saying it, bro. Like sometimes we'll be like this, but you guys know. It's like when Game of Plunder starting, $50,000 on the line. My teammate might be trolling, whatever, whatever. It's like, all right, okay, all right, we're locked. What's happening? Every single time, you gotta lock in, straight up. Darby learns about Rab's disability. Oh, has he not been watching the series?
What is this, 8%? You lost out some DPS due to tanking? Yeah, of course. Why does it say 8% or like nil? Like it's not working? Raph has one arm. Oh, really? Oh, sorry about that. Actually.
Oh, Grubby thinks Raph has one arm IRL. And he's, oh my god! He's doing the one-armed road challenge. He can only use one weapon. He's doing like a series on YouTube where he can only use one weapon because the other arm's chopped off. Oh my gosh, that's legendary. That's legendary.
I'm gonna ready check. We're pulling these M's. We need AoE. Mary, you're seeing AoE time.
I need
You should lip. They do fire though, which is scary. I don't know. Lip is physical damage reduction. Just AoE taunt and big kills on Mary. Mary, you've got this.
Sorry. What's going on? Can I get some context here? What's going on? Oh, why is she breathing so heavily? What?
We're pulling. We're pulling on the corner. Mary, get ready to AoE taunt when they come.
She's just straight.
Let them group up.
She's straight up
AoE taunt. AoE taunt. AoE.
Yeah. From what though? Like what's the context? Was there anything scary that just happened? It was like this the entire raid. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. So okay. Well, we made it out alive and we got close. Okay. Zico, Goblin, seen it. Peyo's Parsky, what's this?
Hey guys, I made it. I made it to the raid. I killed all the boss. And I had the Iranzik Bressa, the Jandor, handcrafted.
Is this guy even trying? Is this... Oh, Peyo, you're in the chat. Bro, what? Are you kidding me? You're griefing the entire raid with green items. The rest of us put blood, sweat, and tears to be here. We're grinding 12 plus hours a day. Free biz grinding. Samurai slaying. Full blues. Enchants. Everything. Crusader.
Handcrafted finish. The deep river flow. The Werewolf Power Sugar. The Rogan Evide Clash. And the Embrace of the Lipan. Manitou piece of shit. Devozer, powers in the left. Sherbacker, powers in the left. Devozer. Pads of the Jugo Magnetism. The Massive Fucking Ring of the Mokatos. And you have the Swamp Ring of the Moon Sun. OS Manitou piece of shit.
Alright. So, in the chat
yeah, welcome to the chat.
For Davix,
This is crazy. This is crazy. Hey, we have got to lock it in. Tyler Wentz said he's doing Friday. Chat. We would much rather be there Friday because Friday is not Saturday. And Saturday, I told my wife we would be back to normal schedule. Okay, chat? So we've got to lock in on the Friday pick. Whoever it is, hopefully not Miz.
Yeah, everyone's calling it this.
I don't want to take credit for the loot, but I just feel like it's because I'm here.
Yeah. Let's see why they call you so, because these heels are clean.
No one says anything.
Has anybody ever made that joke before?
I laugh every time I have push to talk on.
Okay.
I laugh.
I just had my push to talk on. Oh my gosh.
One of my
smiling. I was smiling. I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was good. Tyler won loss for awards after seeing last round.
Alright. Crash is dead.
Oh my god!
Alright.
Oh my god!
There she is.
Everyone breathe.
Oh my God.
Everyone breathe.
I love it, bro. Tyler is like a child. Like, it's like we all had this same exact reaction when we were 12 and we're children playing WoW, right? Like, we were all just like so giddy and excited, and now we're all here 30 years old, 20 years later playing the same game, and it's like, oh, it's an Ixia, whatever. But it's so cool to see someone for the first time. Like, we all reacted the same way, right? We all reacted the same way when we first saw Ragnaros or Nixie. It's like, oh, you know, like, it's so exciting. But yeah, it's cool to see it for the first time.
Well, that was fun.
Roosevelt's wartime leadership helped unite the nation and solidify his popularity, is he?
In this video today, President Trump announces that he has revoked the security clearance of Joe Biden. Also, Washington State believes the government can raise kids better than parents. And Trump also announces what Elon Musk might cut next. These stories are more in this video, but let's read what Trump had to say. Now, to be transparent, two things. Number one, Joe Biden did this to President Trump in 2021. And number two, let's be honest, does Joe Biden really need daily briefings? We know he can't think for himself. I don't know what he's really going to get out of that, but that's just me. Okay, so here's what Trump had to say. There's no need for Joe Biden to continue receiving access to classified information. Therefore, we are immediately revoking Joe Biden's security clearances and stopping his daily intelligence briefings. He said this president in 2021 when
agency. Is it possible that they were ordered to do that case? He said, it's possible. I said, should that be held against him? He didn't think it should, nor does anyone else, I hope. They did the job they were assigned to do. And now we have this kind of survey of the Department of Justice and the FBI to determine who was involved in the January 6th prosecutions.
Yep, we got it. The next return, we're, I mean,
so sorry for guys who died. It is what it is, guys. Yeah, all right. And get on in there. It is what it is. Listen, you did a phenomenal job. I am proud of you. Everyone's proud of you. That was rough. That was the final take of the AOE Pulse. A lot of you guys stayed in with your war chief. You listened. Not the right call, but you went down like heroes. Can anyone tell me what the dropped?
oldest was still in bed.
How old?
He had just turned 18.
And your youngest?
8 years old at the time. The way they both like have described to me what happened is, you know, my youngest was watching TV. We have a big window that looks out into the street in our living room. He looked out the window and saw guys with automatic weapons coming up to the house in it like a train, you know. Yeah, said he saw a guy in the window, I think, with a gun, which he's 8 years old. He ran upstairs, got my oldest son, woke him up, and it was like there's guys with guns outside. My oldest son told him to get the fuck out of his room. You know, it's like whatever. Thought he was just being kooky, and he started crying. He was like, "No, there's guys with guns. He's like, you need to go look." So my oldest son walked downstairs electronic equipment, took anything they could. They found, going through my garage, just like any other team guy's garage, I have all my kit bags and shit in there, so they were pulling out my magazines that are high capacity magazines for California, and pretty much being like, oh, got them on this. I had this is actually pretty funny, I had a dummy grenade, the blue body, in one of my kit bags. They called EOD and said I had a live grenade in my house. So EOD, I guess, rolls up to my house, and come to find out it's literally a dummy grenade. And I'm like, this is, just to give you an idea how incompetent these fucking guys are. The best thing I think I heard my wife say is when they were, they'd been there for hours, and she's just like watching them go through all their shit, take it. And she told me, she's like, they all look like they're just a bunch of beta male. Like, dudes, like, just, you could tell, like, these fucking guys have no idea what they're doing. And one of them came up to her, and I don't know if he put his hand on her shoulder or like this, something was like, this must be really hard for you. What's going on right now? And I guess she told me, she looked at him, and she's like, you have no fucking clue what we go through in this community. She's like, you think this is fucking hard? She's like, you're out of your mind. Like, get the fuck, hurry, get your shit, get the fuck out. And so they, dispersed. I have no clue this is going on. They come back in the interrogation room finally, and they're like, hey, all right, you can go. At this point, I'm like just fucking worn out just from sitting there for so long wondering what's going on. I come out. They had my phone, and they're like, we're keeping your phone. I was like, all right. And they're like, I said, can I call my lawyer? I think it was either my lawyer or my wife. And they're like, oh yeah. Gave my phone. I put the code in, and then they yanked it out of my hand. I was like, you can't have it. And that's how they got into my phone. And right before I left the NCIS office, one of the agents, this little turd, Brian Frank, he actually...
Hello. Fine, how are you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Selling stuff. Just selling stuff. No, I'm sitting at the computer, but just selling stuff. No. No. Alright, what? I thought you were talking to me. Huh? Yeah, I'll see. We'll see. Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.